Hello, maurieo! AUTOCAD 2D, Level 1, Session 5, Properties and Measurement. Hello, hello! Welcome. Well, in this video, we're going to take a look at Properties and Measurement, Session 5. This is the 5th session in the course, and at the end of this session, we will be halfway through. So the second or the last sort of chapter is sort of a review of everything we've done to date and picks up a lot of skills all the way back, and then obviously we move forward in the next session to the second half of the course. So by the end of this session, you'll be 50% of the way through. So you should have gotten over you should be getting a bit of confidence now and starting to move forward and learn things quite quickly. So it's important that you be aware of where you fit with the pace of things and how things are going. But yes, so let's move on over to the Moodle here, to the home page and sessions here, sessions 5. Okay, just in way of you getting into Moodle, I would have given you a link to the Moodle course, which you should be using, and then you need to have the password to get in, which I will also have given you, so you should be able to get into here fairly freely from anywhere. However, if you are unable to, for whatever reason, you might have forgot the link or the password, or things not going quite well, all of the videos are on YouTube, and they're in my channel, maurieo, in my maurieo channel, pretty easy to find, and they're in a playlist called, I think it's called Basic CAD or something like that, Basic 2D CAD. So they're all in a playlist in order with the session introductions and things like that. So that would cover off most of the stuff but not all of the stuff that's in the Moodle course. So here we are at session 5. This is our little video that we're recording here. Here's the session notes. Let's run them up, get them up by way of a PowerPoint there, and I'll try and get away from this here, and so there's a little bit of surprise slideshow from the beginning, and that brings everything up there, and we'll just take that down there, and there it is. There's me in front of the slideshow there. So AUTOCAD 2D Level 1, Session 5, Properties and Measurement. So there's my contact details. You should have contacted me one way or another by now, but yeah, I'm always try to be available. If I can answer your questions, I will. Text, email, Skype, YouTube Live, anything really. Telephone, you can ring me on my cell. It's all there. So all channels are open. Alrighty, many paths lead to the wisdom of maurieo. If you believe that, I've got a bridge I can sell you. Alrighty, now today's session will follow a very predictable path, the same as last session, and don't forget to sign the register. I'll do my little intro, what this is, Q&A in the live, and then we'll be working on chapters 9 and 10. This is the 5th session, so yeah, 50% done. So we've got another 5 sessions after that, and we'll be through the book. And then just before we leave, recap and forward planning. I'll try to keep the sessions predictable so you know exactly what's going to happen, but not always. I might do something out of the ordinary, who knows. So yeah, that's the concept there. I don't, you know, so you know exactly what's going to happen, what the expectations are. So moving ahead to the learning outcomes for session 5, and again, my head gets in the way a little bit there. I don't quite know where I can put myself for this one. We'll just have to see what we can conjure up. Perhaps up there might be just a little bit up there, or I could delete myself altogether. Okay, so let's up there. So all right, so chapter 9, you should have displayed and modified object properties. So we talked about object properties last time. These are things like line weight, colour, line type, and what have you. So yeah, display and modify them. So sometimes we get them wrong, or we need to change them around. Now there's a lot of measurement in this one using the little measurement tool. So you should have measured distances, radii, diameters, or talked about it. Some of them we may not exactly measure, but you'll get the idea from measuring the other things, and you'll know where the tool is. So diameters, areas, perhaps not volumes, but it has the capability to do that. Okay, and in chapter 10 essentially is a recap of everything that's happened in the previous ones, and so it's a series of little projects, and so you will create an architectural building outline using lines and polylines, a mechanical part with layers using polylines and objects, and oops, that should have been a lowercase c, but anyway, created a property outline with layers using polylines. Okay, so as I said, this is an AutoCAD course, but we try and bring little flavours of different disciplines in, but without being specific, you know, without the stuff that you need to have specific knowledge of, say, architecture to really you know, want to grasp and things like that. So this is stuff that everybody can understand, so that they can learn the AutoCAD skills that this course is all about and promoting. So it's a basic level to get you into, give you the skills, so that then you can apply the specific skills that relate to the discipline that's closest to your heart. For me, it's surveying and civil engineering. For you, it might be mechanical engineering, it might be landscaping, it might be some GIS application, it might be in architecture, anything like that. But by all means, bring the questions along. We'll certainly try to answer them, but clearly there's a cut-off line where my knowledge just becomes hearsay rather than actual expertise. So yes, so they're the learning outcomes for this session, and in the live session, of course, we would be having a Q&A where you can ask. I've done my little intro, and you can ask questions, and I can try and answer them. The easy ones, anyway. The hard ones, I'll park away somewhere and try and find an answer, but I might just have to. No, we'll do our best. If I can't answer them, I'll tell you that I can't answer them. Okay, and finally, we finish with our little segment, what's new in Moodle. Alrighty, so to do that, we've got to get out of this little PowerPoint thing here and get rid of that and get rid of that. And here's our Moodle course, and we're in session 5. So here's our chapter 9. We're going to look at properties with a mechanical flavour and properties with an architectural flavour, and I can now move myself back down to here where I was probably most like to be, and then we're going to look at measurement, architectural type flavour, and measurement mechanical. And then we've got these projects, an architectural, mechanical and civil project, that run us through a lot of the things that we've done in the last 10 previous chapters. And that, at the end of that, brings us to the 50% point in the course. And then we start to move on to a few new concepts, but we've got some good basic stuff and skills. So we should be, as I said, before the next session, you should obviously complete any of the tasks that you haven't done in this session and become up to date there. Just once you've done that, just a bit of a review. Just go back and look at the stuff from chapters 9 and 10. And 1 through 8 as well. If there's some things that didn't quite make it through that you did, I think I had one along the way, and that is with the object snap tracking, trying to join a straight line into an existing line. I struggled a bit with that, and I need to just have a look and see what the story is there. I think I missed that. I do have other ways of doing it, but in terms of the object snap tracking scenario, I was couldn't remember. Okay, and then preview chapters 11 and 12 before the next, so get a bit of an idea of what's coming up, and that might be also. You might have session 6 out here by that time, as I'm still constructing them. But certainly read through your book and have a little bit of a look, and just sort of get a few things in your mind and see how it's going. So I think that's probably enough of me. So we'll call it quits on session 5 introduction. And let's get stuck in and get some of these little exercises done and dusted, and move ahead. Cheers. See you.